Go see the dolphins out on the Black Isle going by. It is truly natural beauty here.
Never knew there were dolphins in Scotland. Never knew that. Hello, what's the crack? What's the story? Welcome or welcome back to the channel. Today we're checking out the 10 shocks of visiting Scotland. As you guys know, I'm going to be traveling through Scotland. I cannot wait. I've been to a few cities so far and I'm absolutely loving it. My next place I'm going to visit is Isle of Arran. I really can't wait to go there. But yeah, it's good to see the shocks of visiting Scotland. I've already been to Scotland, so I'll be able to tell you guys if I feel like this actually shocked me as well. And I'm hoping to see some new stuff I haven't seen before. So yeah, let's go.
Travelers, Mark here with Walter's World, and today we're here in Scotland. We're outside of Inverness and enjoying our time here. And today we have for you our 10 things that are going to shock you when you come here to Scotland. And I'm going to get straight to the point. The first thing that shocks people when they come here is how everywhere you go looks like a freaking postcard. Scotland is gorgeous. Whether you're going through the glens or you're going by the lochs, or you're going to beautiful cities, going to Edinburgh and seeing the castle there and walking through this city. Everywhere you go, from Stirling to the Highlands to the Isle of Skye, everywhere you go is gorgeous.
It's mad the way I've been to Scotland like 4 times and I still haven't been to Edinburgh. I still haven't been to Edinburgh. But again, it's because Edinburgh is not a place you go for the day. Yeah. In my opinion, I feel like I have to spend at least, I have to go to Scotland, go to Edinburgh and spend overnight there. I can't just go for a day, get there, spend like 4 or 5 hours and get back. No, I can't do that. I can do that when I go to Liverpool or when I go to Manchester. But no, it's Edinburgh, in my opinion. There's so many cool places you have to go in Edinburgh, and I feel like I need a day and a half to go there. So that's why I haven't been there yet. So I'm going to go to Edinburgh. I'm going to go there. I can't wait. I loved Glasgow. You guys know I loved Glasgow. But yeah, Edinburgh very soon.
Cool cities, all kinds of nice people, all kinds of fantastic stuff. And wherever you go, look, it's a postcard. This is a random caravan park, okay? And that's my view. And that's not even the good view. The other view is that way, but the sun's pointing the wrong direction. And the thing is, when you come here, you will literally be oohing and eyeing and going, oh my goodness, is that like Harry Potter? Yes, it is. That bridge you see in Harry Potter, that's here. This is what it's like when you come to Scotland. It is just unbelievably gorgeous. And that's why, going off of that, the second thing that shocks people when they come here is the insane natural beauty of Scotland. Look, when you're going around, you might be going into the hills, you know, the kind of like mini mountains that are out here, and you can go hiking in them. It's great just to walk through. I remember that when I came here with Caleb the first time, all he wanted to do was like, Dad, stop the car, let's go hiking. I'm like, all right. And we climb up into the mountains and see the heather and see the thistle and everything there. And it was really just amazing. And when you come here, there's tons and tons of pathways you can walk on. Just go into the hills and the mountains to go to on the lochs and take, you know, go on a boat ride on the lochs, go sailing on the lochs, go see the dolphins out on the Black Isle going by. It is truly natural beauty here.
Never knew there were dolphins in Scotland. Never knew that. Interesting. Can't wait.
For us, the Isle of Skye is the top, though. When you have the waterfall going off the side of the island, it is just great. But the Highlands, and you go to the islands and everything, it is just amazingly beautiful nature when you are here. And when you come, you really feel like you get back to nature because there's so much space here as well, which goes along with that, that when you drive, you can go for miles. Not kilometers here, you drive for miles in Scotland. And you drive, and I'll talk about the driving later, but you go through and it's just, wow, that's beautiful. Wow, that's beautiful. And you just kind of take it all in. And the third shock I have for you, because it all kind of ties into this postcard theme for the first 3, is how many insanely cool castles there are throughout Scotland. Now, we all know Edinburgh Castle, because you're going to go there with the Edinburgh Festival and all those kind of things. But you also probably go to Stirling Castle as well. Eilean Castle, probably the...
I'm guessing Edinburgh Castle is going to be packed. And also, it's expensive to visit Edinburgh Castle. I want to go there, but I'm the kind of person that I don't like being in places where it's too packed. I don't know, that might sound weird. I go to stadiums, football stadiums every time. But I feel like if I'm going somewhere that's packed, I want to be staying still. But I don't like walking through places that it's gonna be too packed. I don't like that. I don't like it. I just feel so I feel so squashed. Sorry, that's just me in general. That's why I feel like whenever I go to the islands where I'm alone in this big massive field, I'm gonna love it so much. I feel like Edinburgh is so touristy lately. It's just so everyone knows Edinburgh. It's so hard to find the best time to go. It's got probably be a weekday. I'll probably go on a weekday. Can't go on a weekend or whenever kids are out of school. You can't do that. You can't do that. You can't.
coolest castle you've ever seen. I mean, that is an amazing castle to check out there. There's castles on the locks, there's castles all over the place. And what's cool is Scotland is very proud of their history, and they've kept up these castles and the manor homes around the country. And you go around and you'll be driving by and like, oh, there's another castle we can see. Turn off and go to it. It's worth it because they're kept very well. They have good guides, they have really good information. There's usually a cafe, nice bathrooms, all together there, and it is just cool because all those things really tie it together into making this such a wonderful country for the traditional kind of tourists, from the beautiful landscapes to the castles to the cities. And there's a reason why Jocelyn, every time she comes here, she says, Mark, we should move here. I mean, we were driving around today and she's like texting, oh, don't worry, she wasn't driving, she was going through and looking, hey, what universities have jobs here? I mean, that's what's so cool about it. And that's the thing, is we were driving around, and that's the fourth thing that shocks tourists when they come here, is driving in Scotland. And no, it's not just the fact that you drive on the left side of the road, which is kind of hard. And you'll notice that they'll remind the tourists quite often at every single major tourist site you're going to drive to that we drive on the left. So make sure you do that. But no, it is kind of freaky that first time when you're driving, you think, wait, I got to be on this side of the road. No, you're on the left side.
When it comes to driving, I would love to drive through Scotland, but my biggest fear is running out of petrol and then not finding a petrol station. That's my biggest fear. Don't get me wrong, I've like that NC 500, that would definitely be done. Obviously, I can't do that this year. Maybe sometime late next year. I have to plan that properly. But my biggest fear is driving through all these places and then being stuck in the middle of nowhere, having no service. And then the Nessie comes out, gets me, eats me. You guys don't find me anywhere. That's my biggest fear. Not the Nessie part, but run out of petrol. That's fearful. But I'm guessing there has to be petrol station probably every 20, 15 miles. It depends, I don't know. But it's the fact that you're going, the road's not going to be straight. It's like Ireland. The road, it's not going to be straight. It's going to be like turning left, right, turning left, right. It's going to be like 10 miles probably take you probably close to like 45, 40 minutes. Even though it shouldn't because of the roads. Some places maybe. I could be trying shit. If you have actually driven through Scotland, back roads, let me know. How long does it take?
And that gets people. But that's not actually the scariest part or the shockingest part. There's a lot of small roads, and with this beautiful countryside with the hills and the lochs and the glens, you have a lot of windy roads as well. So it's like you're driving in a car commercial all the time, which is gorgeous, but it can be shockingly nerve-wracking on your first try. I know the first time I drove here, I was a little testy. This time, I'm much better. Jocelyn, she's doing most of the driving this time too, and she's like, oh my God. I'm like, it'll be fine, but just know it can get you. So be ready for those windy, narrow roads, okay? And driving on the left, that can get people. But you also might be shocked is if you want to see a lot of the natural beauty and get to some of these castles, you really do have to drive when you are here in Scotland. There is a good bus network and there's trains and stuff, but to really take Scotland in, you really got to drive on your own, because then you can go and see cool places all over. And what's cool when you're driving is actually the locals are pretty supportive, I would say, with all these tourists that don't know what side of the road to go on. They are helpful with directions, and they don't like ride up on your butt. I mean, they'll let you go and then they'll pass you when they need to, but they're not like aggressive drivers here, even on the motorway, which is really cool. And that kind of leads into the next thing I find shocking about Scotland is no matter how touristy the place is, the people have been fantastic. The Scottish people are just awesome. They're super friendly. They're super helpful. They got some good jokes as well. And so that's what's really cool about it, because you think a place that gets so many tourists, and especially tourists that don't know how to drive, they get really frustrated with those tourists. The locals do. I mean, go to Florida and talk to the locals. They're like, oh, those snowbirds and those people in Orlando, they get frustrated with them. Here, if they do, they don't show it to the tourists, okay? They are super wonderful and super nice, and whether you're going to a little town like Plockton to stay or a bigger city like Inverness or something like that, people will be helpful. They take you in. Your B&B that you're going to stay in, ask them for some advice, but they'll probably give you the advice anyway where you should go, don't worry. And don't be surprised if you go, I want to go to this castle today. They go, oh, no. You should go to this loch and then this castle and then go here to see the dolphins. That's how it goes. So that's one thing that really does shock people, just how nice the Scots are. Now, going off of those nice people, the sixth thing that's going to shock you when you come here is they speak English here, but you might not understand everything they say. Look, in Scotland, the farther you go north, the more of an accent people have, a stronger accent.
Yeah, you guys have experienced this. This used to be me to other people. When I first moved to England from Ireland, my accent was so... It wasn't that I was thick, it was the way... And I talk so quick. and I say some certain words, people are like, what are you on about? Like I say things like, I'm going to my gaff, I'm absolutely knackered, I'm wrecked, shite, fucked. So things like that, people are not used to hearing about. But I feel like in Scotland, a lot of people say the same word like shite. The fact that people say shite a lot, I love it. I absolutely love it. Like most of the time I get what people say, no matter how thick it is. If I don't get you the first time, the second time, I definitely understand you. Because you just take out the main points of what they're saying. That's pretty much it. Most of the time, if you say pardon, they kind of slow it down a bit. They realize. Because nothing is more frustrating than someone asking me to repeat myself like 3-4 times. I hate that. After the second time, I'm like, nah, don't. Because I'll slow myself down after that. It's done. Is this in Glasgow? Where's this? This is not Glasgow, is it? I don't think I've said this. It doesn't look like Glasgow. My favourite statue in Scotland has to be the one where the cone is on top of the geyser and it's all is there. Again, my favourite sightseeing place so far has to be Dundee. I wasn't expecting it to be like that. Literally. And also, the train towards Dundee, there's this massive bridge. Oh my God. There was this massive bridge on top of this river. You could have sworn you're in some place like San Francisco or somewhere like that. It was absolutely beautiful. The train was literally going on top of the bridge. By the time I realized, I was half asleep. Like, I was trying to record it. I said, let me just relax and just enjoy it. It's beautiful. Go to Dundee. Not a lot of people talk about Dundee, but it's absolutely beautiful. People are so lovely as well. Restaurants and that, lovely place. Check it out. I'll be back.
Accent. And so for tourists, especially if you're coming from the US or places where English isn't the native language and used to that British English, the Queen's English kind of thing, the Hollywood English, it gets a little bit farther away from that here. So sometimes it can be a bit tough to understand people. That's in the more northern parts. In most tourism stuff, you're not going to have any problems, but that might be an issue some places you do go. That is one thing that kind of you really should be ready for, is sometimes you're like, what'd you say? And so that is kind of a funny little thing, and you can have some fun with it. And the locals have fun with it too, because they'll totally like speak with a strong accent, or they'll speak a local language, and you'll be like, what? They're like, oh, you don't know, and they'll throw it back at you. But they're so cool about it. It's no big deal. But that just might be shocking that though you say you speak English, you might not understand theirs. Now, the seventh thing that might shock you when you come here is the food. Look, Scottish cuisine isn't necessarily up there in terms of the wow factor of food. And the thing that shocks people most is when they hear about some of the more famous Scottish foods that you probably won't eat or have very often when you are here, but everyone likes to talk about it. For example, haggis. Haggis is basically organ meat chopped up with some spices and some other stuff, stuffed into an intestine, and then served to you. Well, it's cooked, of course, and then served to you. Sounds delicious, doesn't it? Oh, but wait, there's more. Maybe you like some black pudding? Hey, or black sausage? Which is basically blood mixed with some meat and rice and stuffed in another, casing to make a sausage.
Pudding is big in Ireland. I never really liked it. It's part of the Irish breakfast. But haggis was grand. Maybe because I tried mine in the croquette. It was fried in the croquette. I really liked it. I liked it when I tried. But I wouldn't, like I said earlier, I wouldn't have it as my main meal. I wouldn't have like a big haggis meal right there. I'd have it as a side. I wouldn't have too much of it. I feel like the little croquette I have of haggis was grand. Nothing more than that, in my opinion anyway. And also the fried Mars bar, it's not something that Scottish people do. It's just for tourists. Because not really tried that. I tried it in Scotland, but it's not really like a big, massive thing over there. One thing I still haven't tried, that I have to try, is tablet. It's this sweet kind of stuff, but I still have to try that. But yeah, let's continue. My mom is calling me. My mom is calling me. I'll call her back. Oh, Lord. Random. Oh, no, let's go.
Kind of thing. They have that. But if you don't like the blood side of it, you can have the white version of it, which is made out of fat. Look, these kind of things you might have, like the black pudding and black sausage kind of stuff you might have for breakfast in the morning, but you're most likely not going to have that when you're here. And that's why kind of actually the shocking thing about food in Scotland is there actually is some really good food here. When you're going to the pubs, you go to the restaurants, they have some really good grub. And yes, you can have the fish and chips, the kind of traditional UK kind of stuff, but you have the potatoes and the turnips, and these kind of things that you will like. But there is a lot of really good food here. The pies I've really enjoyed. The boys have been eating like crazy when you're here. Amazing fish, dude. There's a reason why you pay so much money for Scottish salmon when you're at your store back home, because it's phenomenal. And here you can go buy at the store for next to nothing and have a fantastic meal you cook on your own with Scottish salmon, which is awesome. The porridge here, the oatmeal. Look, my kids were joking with me when I went and bought oatmeal for them or porridge for them. They're like, Dad, we don't like this at home. I'm like, just wait. both of them this morning said, that was awesome. Can we have it tomorrow for breakfast? Okay, so there is some stuff that you will really enjoy when you are here. And for me, one of my favorite parts of actually the food here in Scotland is when you go to the pub and you go to places and you go eat out, because it can give you more of an experience when you are here. And yes, you can try your haggis, but try some of the other stuff too, because you actually enjoy those. Now, the only thing that might shock you when you come here is the weather. Look. It's not raining. Look, it's kind of a joke that here in Scotland in the summer times, you can enjoy all 4 seasons in one day. Yes, I'm here and it's a beautiful day today. We had sun out. I had to get the...
Each time I've been to Scotland, it's been sunny. I've never seen it. Have I seen the rain in Scotland actually? I don't think I have. No, I haven't. Last time I was there, I went to watch the Celtic Rangers game. It was absolutely roasting. I was sweating my bollocks off. I take my jumper. It was so warm. But yeah, I would love to actually experience that. I want to experience the cold weather in the island. It'd be more, oof. I don't want to see, it'd be good to be sunny in Ireland, but I want to experience the island as it is, get rainy, wet, muddy, all that kind of stuff. I don't know. Sounds weird. Let's continue.
The sunblock out, the hat on and stuff like that. You can have beautiful days here in Scotland. And it doesn't rain all the time. However, it does rain quite often. And the locals we talked to today, they said, oh, we have weather like this all the time in 10-minute increments every other day. Look, when you do come here, you need to bring layers, okay? You need to bring a jacket, okay? An umbrella, these kind of things, because it does rain a bit, okay? So do be ready for that, and don't let it ruin your vacation or your visit here, because that's a normal thing. And you can go and visit the castles, and you can go visit these things inside and outside with a little bit of rain. You're not going to be too bad off, okay? Now, there can be, worse storms, but just like anywhere, so just be ready for that one. But just know the weather here, it might shock you that, wait, you can have sunny, beautiful days in Scotland? Yes. Yes, you can, okay? But just know the rain does come quite often. I guess we're just lucky today. Also, I think it shocks some people, especially if you have little kids when you come here, is if you're coming in the summertime, sun up is like 4 in the morning. Sundown is like 10 or something at night. And so the kids don't really want to go to bed. And so that light goes all day long. So what's cool about that is you can go and visit sites during the earlier hours of the day and the later hours of the night. Now, you can't go in. Most of the tourism places close by 6 and things like that, but you can still, hit the bars and hit the restaurants and stuff like that, or go driving along the coast, take in the dolphins going out to sea and things like that. You can do that. So don't be too worried about the weather or the sun all the time, or the clouds that are hiding the sun. You do have that. Now, our last 2 shocks, we'll go show you a little bit more of Scotland, and maybe that weather might change a bit, because honestly, I came out here to start filming this and I was fine with my little t-shirt, my little Nessie t-shirt, and now I'm like, dude, I need my Walter's World quarter zip because it's like dropped like 10 degrees while I've been filming. Anyway, I hope you have a great time here in Scotland. It is gorgeous, it is beautiful, and I hope you do enjoy it. But we'll go to another spot to finish off our last 2. Now, here we are driving to Aberdeen from Inverness, and you have these beautiful views all over Scotland. And to finish off our 10 shocks, actually, I want to go to something about the nature that you might not like, are the midges, the little tiny bugs that can leave little red bites all over you. And the crazy thing about it,
people were saying that to me. People like, Eddie, make sure you bring some spray. I'm used to midgets in Ireland, literally. I thought they were called midgets. They actually called midges. God, I've always called them midgets. I knew I was wrong. All my life, I've always called them midgets. But yeah, it's popular in Ireland, especially because I remember when it's like summertime, when it's always like when I'm playing football, I'm used to them just coming at you. I'm used to that. Obviously, as long as you keep moving, they're not around. They don't come when it's cold. It's always when it's warm or damp. Yeah, I'll definitely make sure I get like a little spray to spray them off. Yeah, thank you.
It's kind of like if you take a map and you draw down the middle of Scotland. On the west side, the midges eat you alive. On the east side, not too much of a problem, but it is shocking how many bites you will get, and it is quite crazy, especially if you're going to the Isle of Skye and stuff like that. And then our 10th thing that shocks people when they come here is the lack of being able to shop after 6 o'clock. Look, a lot of towns and a lot of shops throughout the country of Scotland do close by 6 or at 6 o'clock, Monday through Friday and things like that. So there are limited hours to go shopping here. Now, some days and some places are open later, so you're okay. But just know that if you want to get your shopping done or buy your kilt or whatever you want to do, you need to do it before 6, okay? Also, with that timing thing, don't try to take your kids to eat at the pub for a late dinner because they won't let them in the evening, okay? So just a heads up on that one. Anyway, those were our 10 shocks of visiting Scotland. What are the 10 things that shocked you about visiting Scotland? Put in the comments.
That was good. I like this geezer. Make sure you guys subscribe to his channel. Literally, he knows his stuff. Water's what. I've been watching for years actually, but I wasn't watching loads of Scottish stuff. I was watching some other American stuff back then. I don't know why. I still love watching American series. Maybe one day I'd love to. I keep saying I'm gonna do the American tour as well. But yeah, that was absolutely lovely. It's good to learn all this stuff before I do go. You know, just to see what's like. Again, if you guys want to see more of Water's World, I'm gonna put a link down below. Thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna have to go get ready. I'm going to Dubai in 2 days. I have to go pack my stuff. Wait for that Dubai vlog. I'm gonna be so wrecked. Come back from Dubai, then I'm gonna start doing my Scotland island hopping, that kind of stuff. Yeah, comment down below if you have any tips, any stuff you wanna tell me about my trip regarding Scotland. Email me at edichi@gmail.com. It's in the description below. Just anything you wanna tell me about accommodation, things to worry about, things not to worry about, anything, just please check me out on Instagram as well. I'm gonna be posting a lot of stuff on Instagram, Edichi. Thank you. Like, comment, make sure you subscribe if you want to follow the journey. Subscribe or don't. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.